The average creator publishes 23 times per year. That's once every 2.3 weeks. Meanwhile, the top 5% post at least 52 times every single week. That's the difference between $3,000 months and $30,000 months. And it has nothing to do with talent. In other words, the difference between you and them is not talent or luck. It's something that I've been using for the last 2 years that most creators have never even heard of. And it's the same thing that has helped me generate multiple six figures all organically. And it has to do with separating 5 manufacturing stages that 90% of creators are mixing together right now. Well, that mixing is killing your consistency and your revenue. So today, I'm going to break down the exact weekly publishing system I use to increase my posting consistency from the meager 40% to a whopping 100%. So let's get into it. Consistency isn't one big burst of motivation or a personality trait you're born with. It's a series of small, repeatable processes. And each step builds momentum and creates space for the growth you want. Let's take a look at each step. Step number 1, create your idea vault. So your first step is creating something I call an idea vault. This is where you capture every potential topic before you forget it. Think of it as a content bank that never runs dry. When your car breaks down and the tow truck driver tells you an interesting story, that goes into your vault. When a client asks you the same question for the 3rd time, that's a video idea. The idea vault matters more than you think. Most creators stare at a blank screen every week trying to decide what to post. But when you have an idea vault, you're never starting from zero. You're choosing from options you've already validated. The fastest way to build this vault is simple. Open a notes app on your phone, create a document called Content Ideas, and every time something interesting happens, well, you add it to the vault. Client objection? Write it down. Interesting conversation? Note it. Random shower thought? Run out and save it immediately. Treat idea capture like breathing, because creative thoughts disappear faster than Usain Bolt used to run 100 meters. He used to be very fast. So once you have your idea vault running, you're ready for the second step. Step number 2, batch your outlines or processing mode. Now that you've got a bunch of new raw ideas in your vault, it's time to shape them into real pieces of content. And this is where your ideas start turning into posts, videos, or threads. But here's the thing. Every time you switch between creative mode and execution mode, you lose energy. Your brain has to reboot, and that's very exhausting. So instead of outlining one video, recording it, and then outlining another video, you batch the outlining. Here's how you do it. Pick one 90-minute block each week. Sit down with your idea vault and outline 3 to 4 pieces of content in one session. The framework is simple. Hook, story, lesson, and call to action, or CTA. That's your structure for every piece. So let's see. Hook. Why should anyone care about what you have to say? Story. What's the specific example or case study? Lesson. What's the takeaway framework? And call to action, or CTA. What do you want them to do next? When you outline first and record later, you lower resistance. You're not staring at the camera, wondering what to say. You're following a map you've already created. And don't worry about grammar or phrasing or words. You're not trying to be perfect. You're just giving your future self a map to follow. Think of it as sketching before painting. Alright, step number 3 is batch record your content, or the so-called creation mode. With your outlines ready, the 3rd step is entry creation mode, recording or writing your content. Most creators try to create content every single day, which is quite exhausting when you're scattered between meetings and emails. That's a recipe also for inconsistency. Instead, you specify 1 or 2 production days each week. And on those days, you batch record 3 videos, write 3 emails, or create 3 LinkedIn posts, or Instagram if you're active on Instagram. Use your outlines to eliminate distractions and focus entirely on creation. The practical setup is straightforward. Block 2 or 3 hours on your calendar, turn off notifications, and set up your recording space once. And then record multiple pieces back to back using your outlines as guides. This approach has two massive benefits. Number one, you're in a creative flow state for the entire session, which means better quality. And number two, you're building content, which means you're never wondering what to post at the last minute. And if you're thinking, Svet, I don't have 3 hours, here's the truth. You're already spending that time. You're just spreading it across 7 days, and you lose momentum every time you context switch. So when you batch your creation, you gain the fuel you need to publish consistently. Alright, step number 4, systemize distribution, or the so-called automation mode. Now that you've created the content, step 4 is polishing and prepping it for posting. Most creators waste hours on formatting, writing descriptions, and designing thumbnails. That's operational drag, and operational drag kills consistency. That's why you need templates for everything. YouTube video descriptions, email formatting, LinkedIn post structures, Instagram captions, and thumbnail layouts. Anything you do more than once gets templated. Here's a real example. My YouTube description template includes timestamps, key takeaways, a call to action to join my email list, work with me, and social links where you can follow me. I copy paste it every time, and this takes me 60 seconds instead of 20 minutes. The same goes for thumbnails. I have 3 thumbnail templates in Canva, same fonts, same layout, different text, and then you automate the actual publishing. YouTube has a scheduler, LinkedIn has a scheduler, and email platforms have automation. So use them. Schedule your content during your production day so you're not manually posting every single time. The key is simple. Remove every decision that doesn't require your unique judgment. Template the repeatable tasks and automate the distribution. Free up your brain for the work that actually matters, creating ideas and building relationships. With your content publishing on autopilot, it's time for the 5th and final step, measuring what matters with your feedback loop. Okay, this is the final step where you are turning your content into growth. At the end of each week, take some time to look at your results to understand what's working and what's not working. I track 3 things only. Consistency percentage. Did I publish what I committed to this week? Number 2 is click-through rate. Are people clicking my call to action buttons and visiting my landing pages? And number 3 is conversion rate. Are viewers becoming email subscribers or customers? Every week I spend 15 minutes reviewing these 3 metrics. I look at what performed well, what flopped, and what I can repurpose or improve. Because when you track only what matters, you make better decisions. And better decisions lead to better results. Take notes and repurpose what worked. For example, you can turn a high-performing video into an email sequence or a viral LinkedIn post into a YouTube script. Repurpose ruthlessly because good ideas deserve multiple formats. And now this is where it all comes together, because now you need a system that moves viewers to become your customers. And that's where the landing page wireframe comes in. It's a simple one-page structure that captures attention and drives action. Here's the framework. Your path to consistent content starts with a single decision, and that decision is to build a system instead of relying on motivation. So if you've been stuck restarting your content habit every 2 weeks, this is your moment to stop. That's the same one that turns weekly posts into leads, clients, and growth. And I'm giving it away to you for free. So you can grab it using the link in the description down below. And if you want to go deeper into this kind of system, make sure you subscribe to my full Creator Ops mini-series coming very, very soon. And remember, your next breakthrough doesn't come from working harder. It comes from working in systems. So grab the template and I will see you in the next video.